Let's see. Am I going to start off with an introduction? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. It just depends. All right, so I'm talking to Muddled Muppet here, who has a bigger, better, shinier, more. Wait, where are you from? UK? UK
I'm,
or
I'm
Britain?
I'm from the UK, but I'm Irish by birth and
Right, right.
nationality.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. What he
Uh,
said. And so, yeah, we're doing a little bullshit talk here about games and stuff.
and just overall sexier. You missed that out.
True. Overall sexier. That's true. All
Yeah.
right. I'll give that. Everyone loves that Irish accent. So, All right.
In that
Uh,
case, top of the morning, Talius.
no pandering to my crowd, which half of my crowd is your crowd anyway.
Have
So,
you got pandas in your crowd?
no, I don't have any. None. None
No, no
whatsoever.
pandas. All
Yeah,
right,
no
no pandering
panders.
then.
Yeah, none of
Right,
them.
sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, they have problems, getting together anyways. I'm not going to go down that route. Um, so yeah, I just been wanting to do a little chat here with Muddled Muppet. So whether you guys want to see this or not, that's not my issue. But we're going to talk a little bit about. Let's see. There was an article that came up. We're just going to go right into this. There's an article that came up talking about apps and how they're being restricted from calling themselves free to play if they have any sort of purchase type function within them. I guess if you could buy like skins or keys or something like that. Now, this is starting off with just apps, and I'm wondering what you think about that crossing over into the console or PC market.
I think it's absolutely a good idea. Um, Things should be marketed, labeled, and named for what they are. And I guess on the one hand, you can call something free to play, but the whole idea of it is to hook people in so that they end up spending money. Now,
True.
I said this before in my own videos when I was playing Warframe, which I don't play it much now, but I used to play it quite a bit, and I probably spent more on it than I would have done on a full-priced game, because I often game when I've had a few whiskeys under my belt.
Yeah, yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah,
And it seems like a good idea. You think, oh, why not? I'll get myself some platinum. And so you buy it. And then the next day you think, oh, fuck, I said I wasn't going to do that anymore.
yeah.
Um,
That's how I
so,
came up with two alternate skins for two Warframes that I was like, I'm never gonna buy those skins. And then one night, it was 2:30 in the morning. Yeah, so I don't want to go into that.
yeah, I mean, it's amazing how many things seem like a good idea once you've had enough drinks. Which, by the way, I should say hello to the wife. Hi. That was me joking. That was me sort of saying. It's amazing
I
how
was
many
waiting
things
for
you
her to
do
say
after
hello
a few
back.
drinks.
I was actually waiting for someone to say hello back. I'm gonna have to cut some of that dead silence. That was scary.
No, no, just leave it.
We'll leave it. Yeah. Wait, you think I do editing? Come on. Who are you talking to here? Yeah, Jesus. That's why.
So no,
Yeah. Anyways.
I think that they need new terminology for this stuff.
Oh, the free to play thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a marketing strategy that's used, but not
What
so much
about what
for
about free to taste? Do you think that'll work?
free to taste.
Yeah,
Um,
like pushing drugs on people, free to taste, and
well, I was thinking more about the prostitution angle. That would be
oh,
a great fucking like line, wouldn't it, for
I
a
don't think
massage
prostitutes
parlor?
say free to taste. I
For,
could be
like,
wrong though. I don't know.
but for a massage parlor,
Yeah,
like if they put that on the sign outside the front of the door, sort of
yeah.
thing, that would work.
I think so. Yeah, I might frequent one or two then if that were the case. Maybe. This is not on the record though. So, I think. Okay, so let me talk about that as maybe hopefully a little bit of a tie-in to Destiny, because I know you just put a video out talking about how much you love the game and you were all in for it, bought multiple copies for all your subscribers and everything, right?
Yeah, every subscriber. Yeah.
Is there anything about and I'll put a link to that vid in comments and whatnot, not comments in the whatever fucking I don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah, cool. I know
Yeah.
what you mean. Yeah.
Is there any do you see any kind of purchasing model built into that so far in the beta? Do you see potential for that, or did they already kind of add that into the beta for Destiny? Like, buy the skin pack.
I guess they could have gone down that route. As far as I know, it's just to pay one price and you get the game model.
What is that? Wait, did you just say pay one price?
Yeah, I
you
don't
get the game.
Yeah, like you kind of like buy the game. I mean,
I think I remember that when I was a kid.
I think most games are sold as games, though, aren't they?
Yeah. I think most of them still are. Yeah.
But I tell you what really sort of boils my piss, if I may interject at this point.
I have not seen one of those in a long time.
I haven't done a boils my piss episode for a long time.
Yeah.
But this is becoming more and more prevalent, or prevalent, whichever way you pronounce it.
Yeah,
is different retailers will release different versions of games, all with different pre-order bonuses.
Yeah.
And again, I guess it's the world that we live in, and it's all marketing. But ultimately, I think us collectively as gamers, we're getting fucked over the back end of a car here. No, we're getting fucked over the back end of a cart full of shit. We really are getting the shitty end of the deal. It doesn't benefit any gamer at all whatsoever. The only people that it benefits is the marketing guys. This whole pre-order the game before the reviews come out, and I actually, I'm going to go off on a little rant here if I may. Right?
Yeah.
When I were a lad, when I were a young'un, we used to get reviews in magazines.
Wait. They had magazines in the 1600s.
They had magazines when I was there. What did you say? Magazines what? What did you say? I missed that. I was
in the 1600s. They had magazines.
They did. But like that was our main source of information. I mean, I was around before the internet.
Yeah.
Right. So magazines were our main source of information. Now, bearing in mind that you've got the gap between a game being released and the magazine getting it and the magazine being published, you're talking about at least 2 months there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like usually for a game to get finished and then to actually get all the copies pressed and distributed, etc., and magazines have like a month usually working time, for them to sort of like get all the materials together and publish it and distribute, etc.
Yeah.
Right. And we used to still get reviews of games before those games came out.
Yeah.
And the only reason that stopped as being standard practice was that publishers started to be aware that a bad review would harm the sales of the game. So nowadays, everyone has review embargoes. So the review comes out on the same day that the game is released, because that's the only time that the developers can't wield a big hammer over anyone anymore. Because basically, say you were an online magazine, say you're IGN or something, and Ubisoft. And I say, right, here's a copy of Watch Dogs, you can review it. And you play it and you think, this is fucking abysmal. Yeah. This is terrible, right? But I say to you, no, don't publish a review of it until the embargo is lifted. Because if you do, you're never going to get your hands on a review copy of anything again. Right?
Exactly.
Yep. So we are totally getting shafted here. Now, what happens then is that they go next step and say, well, now we want you to buy the game before you've even had a chance to get a review. Because if the review hits the stores the same day as the game is sold, if the review is online before you get out, and go down to the shops and buy it, there's still a chance you're going to be put off. So we want your money first.
Yes.
And so they give us an enticement to do so. And like a bunch of fucking lemons, we fall for it.
Yeah.
We buy into it. I've done it myself. I bought pre-orders.
Oh, yeah, me too.
And it's fucking annoying. So I've got a fly hovering around here and it's pissing me off. Flies boil my piss too. Anyway, I feel better for that. Is there anything you want to add to that? I assume you agree with me.
I do. I have a couple of examples of things that I've done too, that, like pre-orders specifically. Okay, so specific examples I have would be I pre-ordered, Jesus, from GameStop. In America, of course, United States, I should say, because America is a couple of different, things. But I pre-ordered BioShock Infinite. I have not opened that fucking game. And there's nothing. Maybe that could just be me, and there's something wrong with me, which I know there is. But I do that. I stopped pre-ordering things because I will buy them, and then I'm like, all right, I've achieved it, done. I don't need to play the game. I don't know why. I don't know. And maybe it's because I've watched some gameplay of it, and then I'm like, maybe I don't want to play that game after all, you know? But I didn't know beforehand, because how could I know?
I'm going to sort of bounce around the conversation again a little bit here. It's kind of all relevant. But I'd recently watched, and I forget the name of the guy who did this, apologies, but some gamer on YouTube had done this video about his theories about why we don't get demos anymore.
Oh, yeah.
And it was basically saying that, a demo will cost a company sales. Because, well, basically, if you're a big fan of the game, you're going to buy it anyway, regardless of the demo.
Right.
And a lot of people would treat it as a try before you buy and decide, well, it's okay, but not quite for me. And they might have bought the game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that I forget all the different sort of rationale he had. There's quite a few different sort of categories that basically the chances of it increasing sales were much, much smaller than the chance of it decreasing sales. And I think it had a valid point. So, I mean, I did this thing about the Destiny beta and how the Destiny beta made me actually cancel my pre-order.
Right.
And I guess I have to at least acknowledge that at least they put the beta out. And like Battlefield, actually, yeah. Do you play Battlefield?
No, I don't. I don't play Battlefield. I don't play console anything. So anything that's big on console, I probably wouldn't be playing on PC.
Battlefield's big on the PC.
Yeah, no, I don't. But it's a crossover kind of game, so it's not because of that. I just don't play it. Call of Duty.
No.
None of those. Yeah.
Are you PC Master Race?
No, not at all.
Are you?
I have a PS3, and it's I mean, look, my PC is on my entertainment center with my TV and my my stereo system, 5-point channel, all that good stuff. And my PS3, just to prove how fair I am to consoles versus PCs, like my PC's on the second rack, and the receiver's right below it, and I've got the wireless keyboard and all that, whatever. I'm talking big shit about my stuff, right? But to be fair, this is how I treat my consoles versus my PC. My console, the one I have, I've got a PS1, actually. It's in a bag, in a box, next to a wall. My PS3, it's in a box, the original box, up on a shelf. I can see it right now. I don't know where my PS2 is, and any other consoles I've had, I've since gotten rid of. But no, I'm totally cool with. I'm not PC Master Race at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, okay. I just want to, see, to me, like the whole PC Master Race thing, it's kind of on a par with sexism and racism and ageism. You know what I mean? It's kind of like in there. And I just wanted to kind of,
I don't even get into that. I was just kind of screwing around with like, how I put my. The only reason my PC is up on this rack is because, well, I use it all the time as my entertainment system.
Okay, as long
anybody
as
that uses their console as an entertainment system, I totally see that. Whatever works,
As long as I had you on the defensive for a little while. But let's get back to what you think about this whole free-to-play thing. Because you've been playing Warframe since it came out.
Yes.
And do you mind if I ask? You don't have to go into exact figure, but have you spent more on it than you would have on a full-price game?
Absolutely. And I've said it in multiple videos that I've put out. I've spent way more on Warframe than I've ever spent on any video game, except for MMOs, because MMOs require a monthly subscription.
Yeah.
And just by nature of having played MMOs for years in the past, there's no way I could, approach the amount I've spent on MMOs compared to Warframe. Although now that I think about it, maybe it's getting pretty close. Because it's so easy to just say, well, I'll spend $5 here. Well, I'll spend $10 there. It's not going to hurt me this week. It's not going to hurt me this month.
Would you say that the average player on Warframe has spent around the same that they would spend on a full price game? Or does the average player kind of just go on the free to play?
I think the average player does try to go on the free to play. But there is going to be a point where they're going to put at least $5 to $20 in, I think. Yeah. I think that's going to be about fair because most of the players will, and that's based off of the talking to a lot of people, I've been playing Warframe since January of 2013. So we're at like a year and 7 months, well, almost 8 months for me. No, a year and 7 months. And I've talked to a lot of people, and I've read a lot on the forums, and I think most people do struggle from the whole, I don't have enough Warframe slots, I don't have enough weapon slots, I don't have enough this, I don't have enough that. And those are platinum restricted things.
Yeah.
There is a way to get platinum without purchasing it, but that involves using the trade system, which is just wonderful. I did a video on that. I'll drop that in the description. Basically, the trade system, did you ever use it?
I did. I did sell some cards and stuff for platinum.
Yeah. So, it can happen. You can totally make some platinum. And
I mean, I often say in my videos, look, if I can do this, anybody can. So if I could figure out how to make some money on the trading thing to stop me spending real money on it, anyone can.
Yeah. You would
That's
think
a definite. Yeah.
But I will say that what Warframe has against it in the trade system is that it doesn't lend itself to be very friendly to more casual players. If you've got an hour in a day because you have a job, you have family, basically you kind of care about your personal hygiene, you have a pet, those kinds of things. Maybe you have a lot of other things going on in life, and you can't just sit there for that hour that you have of gameplay and spend either 30 minutes or an hour itself looking for someone that has what you need.
Do you honestly imagine that any of your viewers are going to care about personal hygiene? I know mine do. Mine are a very select bunch.
I would say that I have no idea. I'm going to take the fifth on that one. I have no idea.
I've just insulted your viewers on your channel.
Yeah, I know. And I can't talk for them because I don't even know why they watch my channel. And I tell them that too. I'm like, I don't know why you guys are watching my channel. I'm so professional. Look at my intros. Yeah. No, I don't. Maybe that's wrong with that. But I don't know. I think Warframe's system for it's really easy to just say, hey, I've got $5. I can purchase through Steam as well. So you don't even have to, you see how easy that is to just, I've bought games on Steam. I can just drop a couple of bucks into Steam and buy some plat through Steam.
It's just as easy on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Yeah, just as easy.
Yeah, that's crazy. So that free-to-play thing, Warframe is definitely... I mean, it's free to play. Sure, you can download it and play it. But I can't see that you could do that without a lot of effort.
I've mentioned this before. I know my wife has spent more on some SimCities game that she plays on a tablet on her Kindle.
Yeah.
And she spent more on that than a full-price game.
Really?
Obviously, I can't kind of complain or hit her about it.
Yeah.
I can shout at her or shun her.
I heard what you said, and I was like, what are you saying?
I mean, free to play can turn out very expensive. And one of my mates
what are you buying
online.
in SimCity?
Sorry?
What do you buy in SimCity, or is it The Sims?
I have absolutely no idea. I mean, no, it might not be SimCity. It's The Sims. It's some kind of fucking Sims game on a tablet. I haven't investigated any more than that.
Or?
But yeah, one of my online mates was asking me about playing Blacklight Retribution, and I said, no, I can't afford another free-to-play game. And my perception right now is if something is free-to-play, I don't really want to get involved with it.
I like what you just said. I want that on a t-shirt. I can't afford to play another free-to-play game. Fucking great. That is a great line. And you know what? I would say that is where we're kind of going right now. Unless that business model changes. I did right before I became an official fan channel for Warframe.
Did you? You never mentioned this.
What's that?
I said, you never mentioned this.
Oh, sure I did. I've
you should tell people.
Look, right before I became an official Warframe fan channel, I put out a video, like one or two before, that was, what channel direction am I going in? Because Warframe, what are they doing? It was, Jesus. And I'm like, wait a second, how did they miss that video where I'm talking about how the current model that they have for business is just flawed? in trying to, how they're going about getting money is just, it could be done so much better. But I don't know.
But I mean, what I was mentioning there is it's a serious thing. I know it kind of makes for a nice little catchphrase.
Yes.
It probably would make a good T-shirt. But it is a serious thing for me. I don't even bother looking into a free-to-play game now because I know that they're not going to be free-to-play. The hard-headed business side of my head says to me, look, these guys need money to keep going.
Absolutely.
It's not going to be free-to-play. If you want to get involved in it, treat it like a free demo, certainly. But if you're going to actually get stuck into the game, it's going to cost money. And the difference between this and actually just going to a shop and putting down your finite amount of dollars or pounds and saying, yeah, I'll buy that, is I don't know how much it will cost me. If I really get hooked in this game, I don't know how much it is going to be. And what I'd love is for a return to the days and where you bought a game and that was it. And even the DLC route has kind of destroyed this now. Yeah. You buy a game and now you need a fucking season pass.
Oh, God, yeah, season passes. There's a video. I'm gonna have to link that video in the fucking description. I've talked about all this stuff before. I did basically a little history of how we got to where we're at in games. Very short history, but DLC, season passes, just downloadable content, that just download content packs. It's just, I don't know where we're going, but yes, people have to make money.
The one rule that we can know where we're going is that developers, or to be more accurate, publishers mostly, will do whatever they can to make money, and they'll do whatever they can get away with. Now, I can remember when DLC first started coming out; it was a great concept. I'm going to put that on the
publishers. I'm not going to put that on the developers.
I think that's fair enough. But when DLC first started coming out, this seems like a brilliant concept for extending the longevity of games. For increasing the breadth and scope within the games, these add-ons. It sounded like a fantastic idea. Yeah. Within a short space of time, what happened was DLC was published on the fucking disc that you bought, and then at some point you had to pay extra to unlock this DLC.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, you weren't downloading new content. You were downloading a key that unlocked content that was on the disc that you bought. Now then, of course, people kind of found out about this. There was a big stink about it. People complained about it. Now, I think that in a lot of cases, I'm not saying all cases, but in a lot of cases, this DLC, it's planned right from the outset. In fact, I would say in all cases, the DLC is planned right from the outset.
Wouldn't you say that that's a good way to go about that business model, though? To have that planned and staged out on a calendar. That way okay, we're going to have, in 6 months, we're going to drop this DLC, which means we already have it built out. So it's polished. We don't have to just, work on something, put it out after the game, and then hope it's not buggy as shit. Because
I know what you're saying. But there's also part of me thinks it's like you go to a toy shop and you buy a Lego pack that has 100 bricks in it, but they give you 80, but they're still charging you for 100, and they say you can buy these 20 later on as an add-on. Yeah. But it'll cost you more money, and I can't help but feel that some of this does happen in the world in the world of development. Is that it's seen as like just an extra revenue stream, but without necessarily putting the extra work in. Do you know what I mean? It's like they're going to sell us 80% of the game and then give us the 20% left over at a later date. I think that's
a specific way of doing it. And like if they have it built into the game and you have the game, and then they're like, okay, here's the unlock for it. Now go ahead and play what you already had. I think that feels wrong. But I do know that people want more content. And I do know that there's people willing to purchase it because, well, we see that. It just, I don't know that there's a good catch-all for everyone because...
There isn't. The only way that there is for developers and publishers to develop trust with their customers.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
Sometimes, I was talking to you before about some Ubisoft games that I'm looking forward to. And I love some of the franchises that Ubisoft have. As a company, though, I think they've got some dodgy practices.
I love that intro. Like when I started up Assassin's Creed Black Flag, when they're like, we are the most well-rounded, we love women and black people and everyone. And I'm like, what in the fuck? Why are they saying this?
No. What they said on the console is that it was different on the PC, but is this was the work of multicultural team with a variety of religious beliefs.
Yes, I said that. I was just being an asshole about it because to me, that's how it comes across. Like, hey, everyone, I am a very well balanced person. Why are you telling us? Show us.
No, yeah,
don't tell me.
Oh no, you are 100% right there, but I can tell you exactly why they did that.
Why?
Because of you fucking Americans. Right, so now
I will absolutely agree with that. I will.
Now, not only have I insulted your viewers, I've insulted all
also
of
I'm
America.
speaking for the entire country, so.
Yeah. No, but it's because I think it would, because when Assassin's Creed first came out, and a lot of it was taking place in sort of cities like Jerusalem, and it was against Templars who had this, cross of the Templars on them. And I think it was, they didn't want to be seen as being sort of anti-religion or anything like that. But I think you're exactly right. Show not tell is the way to go. But I think that it was to forestall some people making ill-conceived attacks on them, because you could kind of see it coming on Fox News. Company releases game that is like taking the piss out of Christianity, and I think they kind of had to put something up like that. But here's an interesting thing.
Well, look, there's only so many times we can kill Nazis. We need other bad people to kill.
I used to live in Germany, and I met some fantastic German people.
That has nothing to do with German people. I just meant that specific period of time, Nazis.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we're fucking tired of it. Let's go kill some other people that were viewed as bad.
Here's an interesting thing, right?
Yeah.
This is something I just saw today. Far Cry 4, I don't know if you're aware, is being set in Nepal.
There was some hubbub about, various bits of Far Cry 4.
Yeah, and the team that are doing it went across is it Nepal? Is that the right way to pronounce it? But they went there anyway.
Even Nepal.
Nepal, yeah. They went to Nepal and, to get some sort of local flavor and, to kind of see it firsthand. These were the artists and people like that were going out there. Yeah. And they were showing them where they went to, that there was this guy who was sacrificing a goat to appease the gods or thank the gods for the birth of his child.
Interesting.
Right?
Okay.
And they were kind of like, yes, this is kind of cool multiculturalism. And I'm like, what? What the fuck? Actually, I don't think that sacrificing goats in the name of appeasing some god is a good thing.
Yeah.
And they should be commenting on that other than saying this is pretty cool.
Yeah. Before you get too worked up about that, did he at least eat the goat? Because if he didn't eat it, then I don't know, because a lot of sort of historically, a lot of sacrifices of animals, you don't eat the animals. Really,
right?
That's quite a waste. Especially if you're gonna skin it or gut it or whatever.
Yeah, the animals are for the gods; they're not for us mere mortals. But it's
no goat skin shoes for me then, huh?
But it's just what it does though is it continues this bow to. All things are equal, and every outlook is viable, and all this kind of crap. Like you were saying at the start about how they had this thing up there saying, it's from a multiple of religious faiths and beliefs that made this game.
Yeah, I say a lot worse than that, but.
Well, yeah, but
thank you for scaling it back, so I don't look that much of a jerk.
But it's there, though. Does that actually mean that there are some fundamentalist Muslims in there, for example, who believe that a rape isn't a rape unless it's witnessed by 4 Muslim men? Does it mean that Does it mean that they've got like hardcore Christians in there who think that gays should be stoned and go to hell? You know what I mean? I don't want to support that.
Yeah, no, neither do I.
You're starting to regret having me on your show now, aren't you?
No, I just want to play a video game. No, I don't mind the viewpoints at all. If I did, I wouldn't have bothered. But how did we even get on that subject of raping goats or whatever we were talking about just right now?
Because you were talking about how Ubisoft at the beginning had that.
Oh, the beginning how do we get there? Free to play shit. Free to play stuff.
Free to play, yeah.
Somehow. So, here's the lesson that we've learned. Free to play is eventually going to raping goats. So just don't do it, and you'll be fine. No one has time for raping goats. Can we just
And it only
agree
counts.
on that?
It only counts as a rape of a goat if it's been witnessed by 4 upstanding goats.
Or for Ubisoft developers. Okay. I think we have thoroughly just driven that train off the fucking track.
Yeah.